Welcome to the Story Lantern, the hidden treasure in the field. In a quiet village surrounded by wide green fields lived a hard-working farmer named Raghav. Every day, he woke up early and worked in his land with dedication and care. He believed that honest effort always brought good results, even if it took time. One bright morning, as the sun rose gently over the fields, Raghav began digging the soil to prepare it for the next crop. As he worked, his tool suddenly struck something hard beneath the earth. The sound was sharp and unusual. Curious, Raghav stopped and knelt down, brushing away the soil with his hands. Slowly, a small, sturdy chest appeared from beneath the ground. It was covered in dirt, but beneath it, he could see a faint shine, as if it had been hidden for many years. Raghav's heart filled with excitement. He knew this was not something ordinary, but the chest looked heavy and tightly sealed, so he decided to call his closest friend, Mohan, for help. He covered the chest carefully and hurried to bring him back. When Mohan saw the chest, his eyes widened in surprise. Together, they cleaned it and noticed that it had beautiful carvings and a strange lock. It was not like any lock they had seen before. There was no simple keyhole, only a tricky clasp with tiny grooves and moving parts. They tried to open it by pulling and twisting, but it did not budge. Determined to find a solution, they began examining it from every angle. They turned it under the sunlight, looked closely at every detail, and tried to understand how it worked. When that didn't help, they started searching the field for a key. They looked under stones, dug through the soil, and even checked near the trees, but they found nothing. The sun rose higher, and the heat became stronger. Still, they did not give up. They returned to the chest and tried using different tools, tapping and adjusting the clasp carefully. Mohan suggested that maybe the lock needed patience rather than force. Raghav agreed, and they began trying again more calmly. Hours passed, and the chest seemed heavier with every passing moment. Their hands were tired, and their faces were covered with sweat. For a moment, Mohan felt like giving up, but Raghav encouraged him to try once more. They decided to take a short break and sat under a tree, sharing water and resting their minds. After the break, they returned with fresh energy. This time, they carefully studied the small markings on the clasp. Mohan noticed that one part moved slightly when pressed. At the same time, Raghav adjusted another groove. They worked slowly, step by step, without rushing. Suddenly, there was a soft clicking sound. They both stopped and looked at each other. With trembling hands, they lifted the lid. Inside the chest were shining gold coins, colorful gems sparkling in the sunlight, and a small folded map placed carefully at the center. Their eyes filled with joy, and they laughed happily, unable to believe what they had found. They examined the treasure and decided to divide everything equally. Raghav said that since they had worked together, the treasure belonged to both of them. Mohan agreed, and they shared it fairly, keeping the map safe for another adventure. As they walked back home, the sun began to set, and the sky turned golden. That ordinary day had turned into something truly special, but more important than the treasure was the lesson they had learned. They realized that success does not come easily. It comes with patience, teamwork, and careful thinking. From that day on, whenever someone in the village felt like giving up, they would share their story and remind others that sometimes the greatest rewards come to those who do not lose hope. Moral: patience, teamwork, and determination can turn even the smallest discovery into a great reward.